As I tape this video, it is the eve of Thanksgiving, November 26, 2014. In 5 short weeks, Americans will be ringing in the new year, which of course means a brand new fresh crop of New Year's resolutions. Losing weight is officially the #1 New Year's resolution in America, as well it should be. More than 2/3 of Americans are overweight, and half of those are in the obese category. This should come as no surprise, but what may come as a bit of a surprise is that less than 5% of those folks will ever change that. Kind of sad. But it doesn't have to be that way. As elusive as weight loss seems to be, it is certainly not impossible. What are the 5% doing that the other 95% are not? Is it possible to figure that out, package that up, and deliver that to folks? The answer is a resounding yes. The problem with conventional weight loss programs is that they're designed to change the way that we eat. Weight loss problems are not an eating problem, they are a thinking problem. When you look at conventional approaches under the microscope, it becomes very easy to see why they fail. They do very little, if anything, to change the internal programs that drive the human brain. You can forget all that noise about fat, carbs, metabolism, and calories, because that's not what really matters most. What matters most is the programs that are coded on the human hard drive of the human computer, the brain. If we don't reprogram the entire system, nothing else really matters. What I'm talking about here is known in the world of neuroscience as neuroplasticity, a term that refers to the plastic or changeable nature of the cerebral cortex. There is undeniable proof that the human brain is fully reprogrammable and that the tool that accomplishes this task is thought. The term thought is merely the common term for the neurobiological, electrochemical coding process that allows us to write programs on the human hard drive. What I'm saying here, in no uncertain terms, is that weight loss problems are due to faulty programming, written by our thoughts, the biological counterpart of computer code, on the hard drive, our cerebral cortex of the human brain. It's not due to genetics, metabolism, or heredity. It is due to thought, and thought alone. Can I prove this, you ask? Most definitely. I can give you all the scientific proof beyond a shadow of a doubt, but I will save that for what follows in the subsequent videos. What I will tell you now is something told to me by a bariatric surgeon years ago when we were working together on some weight loss programming. He said, "No one has ever died from starvation and died fat." He's right, of course, but let me put that in context. Body fat is stored fuel. Everyone who is overweight is so because they have consumed more fuel than their body needs to function. The excess fuel has been stored by the body as fat. Weight loss can only occur when the human body is forced to use some of its stored fuel to function. There is a threshold for every human being below which the body must use some of its own stored fuel to continue living. It's that simple. It's physics, the first law of thermodynamics, and it cannot be violated. We must find that threshold, deliver fuel at a rate below that threshold, and weight loss must happen. It can't not happen. Finding that threshold and consuming less energy than that threshold in calories is relatively easy. What is hard is fighting the internal programs, the thoughts, that get one overweight in the first place and tend to keep one there. From the moment of birth, our thoughts begin programming the brain with the codes that will ultimately govern everything we think, feel, and do as humans, including the amount of food we routinely eat, when we eat it, when we stop eating it, and everything in between. These codes come to us courtesy of the environment we grow up in. If you're watching this video, you have most likely grown up in the United States and most likely were born after 1950. You've grown up in a land of plenty, and you have likely gotten most of your food from a grocery store or a restaurant. You've likely grown up watching TV and have most likely had your fair share of fast food and junk food. Food has played a big part in what you have experienced as celebrations, entertainment, parties, sporting events, vacations, relaxation, weddings, etc. You've likely been offered food as gifts. You've been offered food to calm you down. And I should probably add here that food includes drinks that contain calories, soft drinks, beer, and mixed drinks. If you're watching this video, you most likely have at least a few more pounds than you would like, which means I can safely say that the thoughts you have about food have resulted in delivering too much fuel somewhere along the way, which now resides on your person as excess body fat. If you want that to be different, it is those thoughts that have to be altered, literally rewritten. It's as simple as that. Simple, I say, but not easy.